Okay.
Thank you, everybody.
Everybody. Kurt's talking.
Zip it.
Thank you, everybody, for coming. I look at everybody here, and I feel like my dad's here in spirit,
Yes.
in there watching the Yankees.
Yep.
You have all come together to make this as true of a memorial as can be. You're all here because my dad truly loved all of you, and in one way or another touched each other's lives. Gary, KANITZ, Grandpa, pal, dad, brother, Garny Kravitz, Nitzy. He made me the man I am. He taught me how to be and how not to be. How to fish and be patient and stay composed. And I could go on. But what I'll never understood is until he passed was what it's like to lose your dad and your best friend. And I think now more than ever I understand how difficult it probably is to be raised without a dad. And with that understanding, I'm inspired to be a better dad and friend. So thanks everybody for coming here to remember my dad. And now I'll read the Ballad of Yukon Jake. Yeah. Because I had to hear it a lot.
Do it.
Oh, the North Country is a hard country that mothers a bloody brood, and its icy arms hold hidden charms for the greedy, the sinful, and lewd. And the strong men rust from the gold and the lust that sears the Northland's soul. But the wickedest born from the pole to the horn is the hermit of Shark-Tooth Shoal. Now Jacob Kane was the hermit's name in the days of his pious youth, ere he cast a smirch on the Baptist church by betraying a girl named Ruth. But now men quake at Yukon Jake, the hermit of Shark-Tooth Shoal, for that is the name of Jacob Kane, is known from the moon to the pole. He was just a boy and a parson's joy, ere he fell for the gold in the muck, and had learned to pray with the hogs in the hay on a farm near Keokuk. But a service tale of illicit kale, and whiskey and women wild, drained the morals clean as the soup, as a soup sortine from this poor but honest child. He longed for the bite of the Yukon night and the northern light's weird flicker, or a game of stud in the frozen mud and a taste of raw red liquor. He wanted to mush along in the slush with a team of husky hounds, and to fire his gat at a beaver hat and knock it out of bounds. So he left his home for the Helltown Gnome on Alaska's ice-ribbed shores, and he learned to curse and drink and worse until the rum dripped from his pores. When the boys on a spree were drinking it free in a Malamute saloon, and Dan McGrew and his dangerous crew shot craps with the piebald coon. When the kid on the stool banged away like a fool at a jagtime melody, and the barkeep vowed to the hard-boiled crowd that he'd cremate Sam McGee. Then Jacob Kane, who had taken his name of the Yukon Jake the Killer, would rake the dive with his 45 till the atmosphere grew chiller. With a sharp command, he'd make them stand and deliver their hard-earned dust, and then drink the bar dry of rum and rye as a Klondike bully must. Oh, tough as a steak was Yukon Jake, hard-boiled as a picnic egg. He washed his shirt in the Klondike dirt, and he drank his rum by the keg. In fear of their lives or because of their wives, he was shunned by the best of his pals, an outcast he from the camaraderie of all but wild animals. So he bought him the whole of a Shark-Tooth Shoal, a reef in the Bering Sea, and he lived by himself on a sea lion's shelf in lonely inequity. But miles away on Keokuk did a ruined maiden fight to remove the smirch from the Baptist church by bringing the heathen light. And the elders declared that all would be spared if she carried the holy words from her Keokuk home to the Helltown Gnome to save those sinful birds. So 2 weeks later, he took a freighter from the gold-cursed land near the pole. What heaven ain't made for the lass that's betrayed, she was wrecked on Shark-Tooth Shoal. All hands were tossed in the sea and lost, all but the maiden Ruth, who swam to the edge of the sea lion's ledge where abode her love of her youth. He was hunting a seal for his evening meal. He handled a mean harpoon when he saw at his feet not something to eat but a girl in a frozen swoon, whom he dragged to his lair by her dripping hair, and he rubbed her knees with gin. To his great surprise, she opened her eyes and revealed his original sins. His 8 months beard grew stiff and weird, and it felt like a chestnut burr, and he swore by his gizzard in the Arctic blizzard that he'd do right by her. But the cold sweat froze on the cold end of his nose till it gleamed like the Tekla pearl, while her bright hair fell like a flame from hell down the back of a grateful girl. But a hopeless rake was Yukon Jake, the hermit of Shark-Tooth Shoal, and the dizzy it made he betrayed and wrecked her immortal soul. Then he rowed her ashore with a broken oar, and he sold her to Dan McGrew for a husky dog and some hot eggnog, as rascals often do. Now ruthless Ruth is a maiden uncouth with scarlet cheeks and lips, and she sang rough songs to the drunken throngs that came from the sealing ships. For a rough-stained kiss from the infamous miss, they'd give her a seal's sleek fur, or perhaps a sable if they are able. It's much the same to her. Oh, the North Country is a hard country that mothers a bloody brood, and its icy arms hold hidden charms for the greedy, the sinful, and lewd. And strong men rust from the gold and the lust that sears the Northland's soul. But the wickedest born from the pole to the horn was the hermit of Shark-Tooth Shoal.
Nice job.